Hey, guess what? My frickin' internet went out again. I am back to life, I swear. Oh my gosh, that's the second time today. I've never had my internet go up. While I was streaming before this. So weird, guys. Sorry. I guess I'm just going for the triple notification squad today. I am back once again! Okay, I'm just real quick gonna do a bump on Discord just to be like, hey, sorry. Back once again, I'm sorry. Thank you for everybody that has stuck with me through multiple internet outages today. I'm probably going to need to see if I can figure that out for next time, but tell Dave to use his boomer bucks to make internet not bad. Yes, I need to tell Dave, I'm advertising your game on a weekly basis. You need to pay me better. Anyhow, let's go back to what we were doing. It always feels so bad too, because like you get in a groove, and then it just feels like, oh no, now it's just totally done. But so Boris, so what were you trying to say before? Right. Thanks for sticking here, guys. By the way, I appreciate it. So what I was thinking is I do really love the idea of having the the player follow the lightness. I think that's a really, really insightful comment. But for some reason, it's just kind of like my gut is telling me, no, you should try having the gradient go from top to bottom like a normal skybox. I don't know why, but it seems to me like that would read better. Yeah, let's try it though. I do really like the idea that you have there. So if I don't like this distinctively better, I'm just going to revert. Let's give it a go. Oh, also I was going to make it more dramatic, and I didn't do that yet. Let's do that real quick. Shooting stars time in a mo. Yes, shooting stars will definitely be happening though. I like that idea a lot. So something like so, I think, to make it a little bit more dramatic, and we'll have it cut off more in the middle, I think, so you can really see the difference. Go ahead and export that. What did you guys do in my absence? Did you talk about all the various fairy tales that you have heard in your life? Well, the gradient is definitely significantly more noticeable now. We were just like, come back to life. I am resurrected. It is I, the guy whose internet went out. Do I like this better? I'm not sure that I do. I am not convinced on this at all, actually. Not having this go from left to right like that, like Boris was saying. My evil plans will become the way and the only way you will see. Oh golly, that is frightening as heck, man. You know what, Boris? I think your idea is very, very good. How do I make this larger? Scale image, hold on. Stream skipped a bit. Thought stream was dying again. I think this will just be the day of the stream dying. Seems like a good plan to me. It'll be very memorable, and you guys will tell all your friends, and they'll be like, yeah, I want to watch that guy whose stream dies all the time. I'll become famous! Let's up the resolution here. And let's go back to this, which should actually be the other way, like so. Ryojo, what if you do my stunt right before you can finish the stream dies? That would be horrifying. Export, and let's take a look at that now. Try again? Huh, what have I done? Hold on a mo. Let's go ahead and just close GIMP for the moment. What the heck? Where'd it go? No, why is technology not doing what it needs to do? File could not be read. Yeah, I totally corrupted that somehow. Let's just do it again. Thankfully the colors are still there and everything. File new. What do I do? I did like 1024 by 1024, right? No, it was not like that. It was like that. Okay, so we've got that, and then we can export as space grad, and we can export that into the correct folder. Space, export away. Boris, I have a middle ground on fail of the negotiations. Okay, yeah. Make the fade spin like a wheel. Rum, rum. Excellent idea, Boris. All the good ideas come from Boris. Okay, that I believe is looking much nicer. Much nicer indeed. Transition on back. Nah, I think you're just right in the first place. I think that the horizontal gradient is just way nicer. Gradient actually noticeable. Yeah, I think the gradient is an excellent idea. I'm still feeling the same slight miffness about the stars. I really like the direction they're going in, but they're just too bright. I think they're just too bright. They're competing with the foreground way too much right now. Wait, is the tuba shooting tubas? The tuba is not shooting tubas. Do you want to see what the tuba is shooting currently? The tuba is currently shooting seagulls because it will be shooting seagulls on the beach level, but here it's going to be shooting other stuff. And if you haven't seen this before, you can like push yourself around with the tuba. So if I like crouch and fire with the tuba, this is all like the tuba doing work in the air and me like using my one jump in air and stuff. I think it's going to be really fun. It feels really fun to like maneuver around. So I'm really excited about it, honestly. Yeah, we need more dynamic range on the emission, I believe. I think just like with what we were doing with the size, I think some should just randomly be a lot more emissive than others. So right now, I think the emit difference in general should be, you know, like pretty sparse. So it'll be much darker emission most of the time. But then every once in a while, see, that's not even so dark though. Although I do like this quite a bit better, I think. How interesting. I think it's because some of them are just so incredibly light that the emission is just like blah, you know what I mean? But I do like that better. Actually, I do like that significantly better. Quite honestly. This music, man. What the heck? Another thought that just occurs to me. I'm gonna real quick take this out. This is the thing that makes it randomly super white. I want to take that out real quick. Oh no! I did the wrong way again! Boris. Oh, very important question from Boris. Would you rate my played craziness as A, funny, fear, B, fearful, or what I try to do, C, you can't tell, what more of and if so, what more of A or B? I'm definitely saying more C than anything else. I'm just going to kind of assume that I don't know you, Boris, and I never will know you, Boris. And then the more that I do know you, Boris, the more I feel like I don't know you, Boris. You know what I mean? Hey, Ria Joes! Thanks for the follow, man. Was that a refollow by any chance? Trying to get your way into those variables. I understand. Well, you weren't doing it earlier, so yes. Fair enough, man. Okay, so that's if true. That will actually turn off the whitening effect. Hey, Ria Joe. Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so... Hey, Cleo, what's going on? How was the bus trip, man? Okay, I don't think that whitening effect is helping anything. I think this looks quite a bit nicer this way. So I am going to keep it that way, I believe. Cleo, tell me, what do you think about how the space background is turning out? Ryocho, I actually refollowed after being unfollowed for all day because I hadn't seen Hard Boiled. You know what, man? I seriously respect that. 100%. Cleo, oh, do you like it? Yeah, I like the direction. I really do. I keep saying that, but I'm just really happy that it's kind of turning into its own thing. I just want the stars to be a little bit less bright, and I'm trying to think of a way to do... Wait! If I globally want the stars to be less bright, I just need to make the colors that they're interpolating between less bright. That is like such an obvious answer, man. Why did I think of that? Wait, so to make them quote-unquote less bright, I should just be able to make the colors darker, and it should change everything, including the emission, if I'm not mistaken. Ryojo, this game will be good as long as you don't add motion blur. Okay, I promise I won't. I actually wasn't planning on it. I think motion blur kind of makes things a little bit ickums. What do you guys think? Do you like it better? Like that? I think I might like that a little bit better. How there's a little bit more dynamicism in the emission. I know it's a really slight change, but I do think it's a better one. Do you guys agree? What do you think? Actually, yes, I think it's a significantly better one. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, yeah, that actually starts to look like a real environment there. Cleo, train was hell though. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm kind of scared of guys, and there was a bunch of really rowdy drunk ones on the train singing, playing loud music. Oh, I know. When people that you're uncomfortable around are being like very much up in your face and stuff, that is not fun. I really do feel for you. Glad you made it back safe and sound though. Dunk. Hey, the background isn't just black anymore. Yeah, I know, right? It's got a nice little gradient on it. Got some good stars going on. Yeah, I'm actually quite a bit more happy with the stars. Just that tiny little change has really brought out a lot of dynamicism there that I'm really happy with. I'm trying to think. Like, is this going to be a good palette to be working on other stuff then? Like, does this sun work well with the stars? I think it does. let us do something fun here. I think this is going to be cool. The grand tiny little change. We've been over this for 3 hours, lol. I know. You guys understand I am not fast when it comes to like visual design because I am not good at it at all. And I'm also kind of a little bit of a perfectionist. So it's just like one of those horrible catch-22 sort of a things. I think this would kind of look cool as like something like that. I don't know. I'm just playing around a little bit. One thing though, to make this feel a little bit more like an environment, I think these things need to scroll less dynamically, because right now if I move a little bit it's like, oh yeah, there they go. But I don't really want them to get farther from the camera, because then we start increasing the clipping plane more and more and more and more. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a script for elements that will like kind of lazily follow the camera as it moves. So it kind of inherently feels a little bit parallaxed, even if it's not, if you kind of know what I mean. Bonus, it has the bonus diagonally player directing level follow lightning of Zipath. Boris, TM, I love it. Yeah, let's do a shooting star. That sounds really cool. Let's do a shooting star. Does that mean that I'm going to need to figure out how to do particle systems, guys? Rio Joe, so about the name thing. Chill, man. Chill, man. It's when we get the next variable on tap. By the way, Cleo, if you unfollow and refollow, I'm actually obligated to name a variable after you. That's kind of how this is working now. The Grand, you got the Russian laugh thing perfect. Did it work? Yeah, I was pretty proud of it. I thought it was good stuff. So how do we want to do a shooting star? You know what I'm not good at, guys? Particle systems. I have done so very little with them, and it might be time that I figure out how, because I guarantee you the way to make a shooting star work is going to be through a particle system, man. Oh, Cleo, you do already have a variable. I forgot, because I was trying to make your day better. I just lost another follower. I see that over there, which means I know somebody is just waiting to follow, so I have to put a variable for them. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Dunk, particle systems are easy to use. Tell me about it, man. Let's do a little bit of work with that. Oh, is it you, the Grand? I love it. I love it. Yeah, let's do some work on particle systems here. We are going to call this a shooting. Wait, who's next? Who's next in the list? I think it was Wisecrack, wasn't it? I think it's shooting Wisecrack. In before you chop my name to thee. I understand. Okay. Ryojo, I'm going to drink another 2.84 liters of lemonade to get hydrated again. You know what, man? You do what is not going to add an ulcer to your stomach. Whatever that be. Okay. Particle systems right there. So what we're gonna need, I can tell you, it needs to be coming off like as a stream. So I can already tell you that this is going to need to be rotated. Boris, drink milk is more effective. Well, if you drink milk and lemonade at the same time, you're essentially drinking cheese. For some reason, I feel like this music would be perfect for, like, something, like, stream-wise. I know it's from Banjo-Kazooie. Okay, so, yeah, I'm kind of, like, putting off working with this particle system just because I'm so bad with them. But we need more. How do I get more? That's not how. Guys, I'm just warning you right now. This is going to be very, very frustrating for anyone that knows how to use particle systems, because I don't, and I'm just going to need to like figure this out just by playing around here. Bonus, drinkable cheese. I am Swiss. Hold on. Patent, do not touch. Cheese Quick already exists. Oh gosh, tell me that's a lie. Hold on, I'm looking this up. Cheese Quick. Oh, what? No. This has to be a meme. This has to be a meme. Wait. Are you serious? Guys, take a look at this. Is this actually a thing? Cheese milk? Oh my gosh. Why? No. This is not how life is supposed to work. First link was to Reddit for fake things. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I am so... Oh. Guys, I was so worried. It says Nettles, not Nestle, which should be a good giveaway. Oh, it totally does. Wow, I wasn't really even looking at that. I was just like horrified. You know, I should have known when I saw that this was stretched. Big giveaway. Oh, that is a huge relief. Okay, we're gonna go away from that, and we are never going to talk about this again. Is that really clip material, Ryojo? Do you want me to suffer? So, how do we, it's a mission is going to give us more. Oh, right, I see. So as I turn up a mission, more particles are going to be emitted. That seems, I clip, but I'm on mobile. Suffer is good. Yes. Thanks, Boris. I appreciate you too. Oh, I wish Wisecrack was here to see his shooting Wisecrack be created. Let's see. So I feel like the shape, it shouldn't be a cone, should it? Wait, there's a way that I can adjust like what this cone looks like. Is it like I can adjust the arc? Oh, that's interesting. So I can make it more into a stream. Well, that's more like what I need in the first place, honestly. Dunk, if you go color over lifetime, you can do fading effects there. Excellent tip. Thank you very much. I think that's exactly what I'm going to need here. Right there, right? And then I believe I can add in... Oh, I wish you guys could see this. Here, let me go over to Explore here so you can see the window. So what I should be able to do is... I can also fade it out, like make it have some opacity. Boris, what kind of music do you listen to? That is actually a really interesting question that might get me a couple strange looks. I don't tend to listen to music very much at all, despite the fact that I've been a long-time musician. Since I was like 4, I've played the violin and piano and bass and all sorts of stuff. And the reason is I just kind of like music to remain meaningful. You know what I mean? So when I do listen to it, it's always something that I kind of take time to ponder and think about, more than just keeping it on in the background. That said, when I do listen to music in the background, it's usually video game OSTs because they work really well as background music. So yeah, what kind of music do you guys listen to? Do give me some suggestions. I'm always interested in new artists. So that should fade them out. Yeah. See? Which is kind of nice. And I believe, yeah, see, I think they're a little bit like too clumped. Rock, Slayer, post-rock, definitely super popular right now. All those sort of styles, you know. Oh, fixed or blend, huh? Oh, well, that's interesting. Huh, that's kind of fun. Well, let's just choose a random color. Let's say, like, what color would a shooting star be? Let's take a look at some pictures real quick. Shooting star. I mean, it's white. Oh, I kind of like that bluish, greenish, kind of seafoam color. That would be kind of cool. I'm seeing white going into blue. I think I like that. Let's try that one. Like a cool blue. Yeah, I like that. I like that for sure. Where's my thing? There's my thing. My microphone was covering it. Cleo, I'm weird though. I prefer to listen to full albums at a time rather than individual songs. You know, there are some artists that you just have to do that with, because their albums are laid out in such a way that it just kind of requires it to really get the most out of the music, you know? Does anyone ever listen to Need to Breathe? By any chance? They're one of my favorite like indie alternative sort of bands. And their music is definitely one of the ones that you need to listen to in an album. Dunk, you can make a subparticle system. Where'd it go? And have that as a trail or use the trails function. Wait, what's the trails function? Trails. Like that. Ugh. So it's the particles. So it's kind of like its own sub-emitter. Is that what it is, Dunk? Oh, and it takes a texture. Why is it all pink? I see, because it's using a renderer. Assign a trail material in the render module. Okay, I get it. So if I come down here then, right here, we should be able to, I mean, let's just do something random. Okay, yeah, I get it. That's actually kind of cute. But no, where are all of these coming from? I have not put, maybe I have put this many. No, these are from some assets. Those are not mine. Let's just choose something random just so we can like work with it a little bit. I guess the trail should be blue, so let's just choose this blue balloon mat. So how does this trail thing work? Oh, we shouldn't choose the blue balloon mat because it has a severe layering issue. Hold on a moment. Let's just try that. That'll work for right now. Ryojo coming in. Chess Quick does not exist. Thank you for the clarification, Ryojo. The Grand, I actually like the rainbow. I kind of did too, honestly. I might investigate that more. But if I'm going to do that, I'd probably want to do it as a gradient. You know what I mean? Wait, so how does this work then? So if I was like, say, to turn the ratio up. Dunk, do you have any advice for me here on how to use trails? Probs doesn't look that good because emission rate is way too high. Oh, you mean for the system in general? Gotcha. Okay, I think I understand. So if I was to take this down to something a little bit more reasonable, man, that doesn't seem to have helped so much. There is a trailer per particle. Interesting. Okay. So is it because maybe because the shape of my cone is so, like, the arc is so ridiculous? Oh, I think I'm starting to see how this works. Here, let's do it like this, just so I can see what's going on, and then we can, like, combine it a little bit more. I think I'm starting to understand a little bit. So, oh, I wonder if those might need to be in world space. That's interesting, though. Is there, like, size affects width is on lifetime mode particles ribbon? Oh, cool. That's super neat. You could do all sorts of weirdo stuff with that. Should turn texture mode to tiled or something. Tile, distribute per segment. We don't want that. Still getting some weirdness going on here. I'm trying to width over trail. Oh, here we go. That's what we need. Okay. Just if you're going to use a texture with it. Gotcha, man. 100% getcha. Thank you for the advice, by the way. This is very helpful. Boris, would it be possible? Hey, Foamy Bot, I will give you a proper hello in just a mo here. Boris, would it be possible for it to get more steamy when it cuts closer to the sun? Because oh, I lost it now. My little chat window has some weirdness if I'm scrolling up and down because it's getting hotter. Would probably be too much work. I mean, that would be super cool though. It might be worth it. Yes, Foamy Bot. Hello. What's going on, man? Tell me about life. How's things going for you? And I should be able to do a gradient between. Wait. A gradient between two, right? Yes. So what should be able to work here, no, I don't want that, is I should be able to make them fade out over time. Oh, that doesn't quite do what I'm expecting it to. The Grand, I have some albums to listen to. I'll be sure to tune in next stream. Oh, yeah, go do it, man. Thanks for showing up. Super appreciate it. Foamy. Not much, dude. Just working. Saw you were streaming, so I thought I'd check it out. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm the smart guy that made the random head comment on your Twitter recently. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, glad you're here, man. What sort of work are you up to? Anything interesting or just kind of work? Okay, so that did not do what I was expecting. You wouldn't happen to know why it wouldn't be fading out over time, would you, Dunk? Because it's just kind of clipping off at a certain point, instead of like properly fading to an alpha. For the trail specifically. Oh, is it color over trail that I need, perhaps? Gotta support my fellow game devs. I'm a game dev as well. Yeah, dude, we gotta hang together, man. What sort of projects are you working on? Is that gonna do it? Man, that's still not doing what I'm expecting it to. I kind of want the trail to like peter off, you know, obviously that would look better. Actually, Foamy Bot, if you have any input on how to get this to work, if you used Unity particle systems before, would be much appreciated. I know little to nothing about particle systems, so I'm just kind of trying to figure it out as I go here. Boris, I don't think howdy is a well-used word in Swiss culture. I would be shocked. Maybe not world space. What's custom data? Oh, okay, that's for other stuff. So if I was to change the, what am I trying to say? The material, could that possibly be part of it? I'm just kind of curious to see. Oh, woo. So you can kind of see what's happening here. It's really interesting. It's just in lengthening the end there. FoamyBot, I am working on something that would be right up your alley. Ooh, FPS wave-based shooter. It's basically like Doom, but without all the running around or looking for something to kill. Dog, that sounds super cool. Do you have anything about it online? Dunk, pretty sure materials override colors. As Cleo said, Unity particles are really weird. Okay, let me try using my opacity material and see if that changes anything. No, it just does some weirdo stuff. Man, I am very confused. Foamy, I can DM you a link. Yeah, do so, man. I'd love to take a look at it. Color just affects the shade of the material. Ah. So if I wanted to have like a material fade off like this then, so like instead of just being a hard cut, but have a opacity, fade over time, what would I do specifically with the trail thing or with anything else really? I'm just trying to get that effect without having a million jillion particles going everywhere. That seems like not the best way of doing stuff. Lerp it. Lerp out the material values you want to change. Wait, are you talking about in the particle system itself or via code? At FoamyBot, hey, you should join the Discord and post it in the game devs section. Yeah, I mean, if you want some people to like just take a look at the project, that'd be awesome. But I totally understand if it's like, no, we need to keep it secret for right now. I get that. Through code or animation. Okay, I can totally make that happen. Can I do it such that it would like only affect the parts of the trail that have been active for the most amount of time? Excuse me. Yes. Okay. Let's make it happen. Let me transition back to my actual Unity scene here. So I'm gonna go back to using that arbitrarily blue material that I was using before. So let's give this a go. And I'll just real quick create a shooting star script here. Shooting star. Foamy, just set timer var to the components that track life, then cycle through the values at time of execution and lerp out the longest life, etc., or whatever lifetime is attached to whatever piece you are lerping. Okay, let me take a look there. I'm gonna turn on the lights in my apartment real quick because it's getting dark really quick. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, so shooting star script. Oh, messages, right. Thank you for the show, Cleo. Always appreciated. Getting dark quick, me sitting in full darkness at 2 in the morning. Yeah, dude, these time difference things, I have not gotten used to them at all. Oh, hey, awesome. Did you join the Discord, Foamy? That'll be super cool. Yeah, feel free to drop a link to whatever you're working on. I just love seeing what people are doing. Dunk, using sub-emitters are easier but need more particles to give a good effect. Well, let's see if we can get the trail thing working, because if I can like just kind of wrap my head around that, I feel like that's going to be really useful in the future as well. Cleo, I should probably sleep soon. I'm about to drop my phone on my face. Well, I totally understand if that's what needs to happen, Cleo. Foamy, I sent you a DM with the link so you can look at it later. Dog, let's look at it now. Do you mind if I show it on stream? I'd definitely love to just take a peek. Public particle system. Maybe you just look first. Okay, yeah. I'll take a look at it a little bit later here. I don't really know if I want to show it off so much yet. Dude, I 100% understand that. I'm working on a different project that I haven't really even revealed or talked about much online. Same deal. You just kind of want to wait until it's at a place where you know it's going to show well, and I totally respect that. Public void. So if we've got the particle system, so what you're saying, Foamy, let me go look at your message. So just timer bar, okay, to the components that track life. Right, I can get like an individual component of an individual particle, right? That's how that works. Or something. How does that work again? Again, I am pretty dumb when it comes to particle systems. Dunk, same with most of my Blender stuff. I don't share it online. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I work on that I just end up never showing online too. It's just like, this isn't really going to show so well. So we're going to need some sort of disappear var, disappear time rather, and then we'll do this. Wait. Once you get the particle reference, you can access the components on it. Okay, I gotcha. So tell me, what's the best way of getting the particle reference then? Because I've got my particle system. It has to have like an array of particles or something associated with it, right? Void awake. My particle system dot particle count, max particles, get particles. That sounds like what I might need. So that returns an array. I'm going to assume that array that I'm sending in gets filled. Can get the reference a multitude of ways. So if I have like a particle system dot particle sub my parts, a public reference, a private serialized, so you can drag it into the inspector, or you can just get a reference through object or tagging. Wait, are you talking to the particles, like the array of particles individually, or the particle system as a whole? I guess I'm confused. Because the particle system as a whole definitely gets you there. The system. Okay, I've got a reference to the system. I think the system is a particle. Oh! That all of a sudden makes so much more sense. that houses all the stuff to make it complete. I think I see where this is going. Trails, etc. Okay. Okay. So, what you are recommending then is that my particle system, and then we have the trails module. I totally get it. I'm just being dumb. Okay. So let's say public my trails module. But as the enlightening has begun. Yes, no, this is very, very, very helpful to me. I kind of shied away from particle systems for as long as I can make it. So you're looking to fade out a particle trail after a certain period of time. Yeah, I would kind of like, here, let me see if I can demonstrate a little bit back here. Instead of this just being a blocky line that just kind of cuts off, I would like that to fade off gradually. Yeah, no, not a problem at all. To try to give a trail effect. If that kind of makes sense. Just because I want this to be a shooting star and I want then the trail to kind of follow it along. And I know how to do that with like a whole bunch of objects, but I'd rather do it as a particle system just so I learn something. That is the goal. Always good to learn something new. My trail. So I'm assuming I should be able to... Cleo, gonna go to sleep, struggling real hard to keep my eyes open. Alright, good night, Cleo. Thanks for showing up. I'm glad you got home safe. Dunk, I don't know much about coding in C#, but I know my way around Unity. Dude, that's like half the battle right there. Well, your dog started barking just as you started explaining. Or just as I started explaining. Not a problem at all, man. So actually, I super appreciate the help. So it really is very helpful to me. So instead of these guys just like cutting off wherever they choose, I would kind of like this to fade off gradually, still using the trail module because I kind of know how to do it other ways, but I want to do it this way as a learning experience, and because I think ultimately it's going to turn out a little bit better. I tried a couple different things in the trail itself, and like color over lifetime and stuff, and it doesn't seem to affect the opacity of the individual parts of the trail. You can see it's still kind of in there. So instead of an abrupt life end, you want a smooth fade out. That is precisely what I'm looking for. Yes. Okay, then lerp is the answer. Eight. I obviously I know what you're talking about lerp wise, but I'm still confused as to which component, like which part of the component I'm going to be, which part of the component I'm going to be lerping out. Dunk, well, true loop. Just take up an entire thread. Let's just take up the main thread forever. Hey, Ryojo. Glad to see you back, man. Dot, attach ribbons to transform. I'm gonna just like parse through what I can find here too, while you're thinking, while you're explaining what you're thinking, just so I can get an idea of what I'm dealing with. Ryojo, guess what crazy thing I did this time? Did it involve a lot of lemonade? Ryojo, I know you too well. Size effects over size effects lifetime, size effects width. Very interesting stuff here. Texture mode, width over trail. Oh, wait, width over trail? That sounds like it could be very helpful. Let me just take, while you're typing that out, Foamy, let me just take a look at that over in Unity. because that might be partially what I'm looking for. Width over trail. I'd probably object pool up the amount of particles needed to make the effect cool and not skip. Then have each particle system lerp over time, even add a small random time so they phase slightly differently, and have the fade out over time as new ones come in. Okay, let me read that again. So pool up the amount of particles, and by that I'm assuming you mean particle systems needed to make the effect cool and not skip. Then have each particle system lerp out over time, even add a... Okay, so you're saying kind of like a couple different particle systems attached to the same object that would kind of lerp out at different times? Is that kind of what you're saying? Create a particle prefab that essentially spawns, attaches to location plays, lerps out, then returns to pull and unpairs. Create a particle prefab that essentially spawns, attaches to the location plays. Ah, I understand exactly what you're saying. Lerps out, then return and pull and unparents itself and moves away. That totally makes sense, 100%. Okay, yeah, that seems like a great idea. That's going to be a little bit of work, but I think it would be well worth it. One thing I just wanted to do real quick, because I saw this. This might be enough to get us started for right now. We could totally also do this. And that kind of halfway gets the effect as well, although it's not lerping out the opacity. You can write a pooling system in like 5 minutes. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. I just need a parent and stuff. That is very good advice. Thank you a lot, Foamy. I will definitely do that here in a second. I think that's definitely what I need. But one thing that is also very interesting is that we can do this width over lifetime. I use that technique in my game. Oh yeah? Wait, Ryojo, I drank some cranberry juice, ate a cantaloupe, and ate a melon. That is a whole lot of fruit, but also sounds delicious. So I appreciate that, man. Good job. Making it work. Ryojo, 2019. So let me just experiment with this a little bit. And then I'll go and do the pooling stuff. So this arc, if we were going to go and turn that arc back down to like nothing like we had before, that, I mean, essentially is getting the effect to some degree, which is kind of interesting. And duration, if I turn duration down, oh, no. It would be lifetime that I'd want to turn down. If I wanted this to be shorter, right? Yeah. Cool. Let's try the pooling thing. I'm just sorry. I'm just like investigating and trying to remember as much as I can, because there's some other effects that I absolutely know for a fact I'm going to want to put over into particle systems. And this, I would say, this and shaders are the two things I know so very little about concerning Unity. So it'd be nice to learn a little bit more. But yeah, let's do the pooling. So we can create the pooling in our shooting star script, which will be very helpful. Prefabbing particle systems and pooling them is a super sweet trick. Yeah, I've never really thought of doing that before, and it sounds like it would be really excellent, considering that particle systems are so optimized to begin with. So we're going to need our... actually, I could do this as a particle system. Let's just do it as a game object. No, let's do it as a particle system, because then we don't need to do get component calls. You can do it with UIs, too. Oh, really? That sort of micro pooling is a really interesting design technique. I could see a lot of really good stuff coming out of that. Oh, yo! Rocky's Corner, thanks for the follow, man. I will, you are going in the loop of variable names that I will be using. Right now, I think the next one is Ryojo. Ryojo's particle system. System prefab. Rio Joe's. Rio Joe's. I'm so sorry, Rio Joe. I know you're disappointed with me. Okay, so I can instantiate like a quote-unquote particle system from GameObject, I believe. So what potentially could happen here then? So this guy, if he sees that the particle system is completely unfilled, or rather the pool is completely unfilled, he needs to instantiate it. We can create the pool here. Oh, what an idiot. This should be a game object so that we can instantiate, and then it'll just go into the pool as a particle system. Definitely. Particle system, my particle pool. What size, Foamy, what size do you think the pool should be? I'm thinking like 20 would probably be more than enough, right? Oh, Rio Joe, I am disappointed. Rio, oh, I'm missing an E. That's what's going on here. My apologies, Rio Joe 12.
Watch football live.
Very sad.
Cable free on your favorite networks. YouTube TV. Try it free.
Foamy, but now I'm getting into secret stuff. Well, you don't pool the UIs, but you do prefab them and create a spawning system that resembles a pooling system. Very interesting. You can scale the pool dynamically, so it sets the amount automatically. So you mean like add or subtract based on how many are being used? Is that kind of what you're saying? For right now, kind of. If my particle pool, I would say like 20 to 30. Okay, I'll look at having it scale dynamically if this doesn't seem like pretty much what I'm looking for. Because I do know that if I can use this as an array, that's going to be just a lot quicker accessing, obviously. Oh, wait! No! Dramatic music for the task. Yes, we don't want this to be an array. We should use a queue. That's going to be so much easier. Cube sub, particle system, my particle pool. Start with that and see if it's pushing the limit. Excellent. Sounds good. Ryojo, you is silent. Yeah, right. Okay, so we have my particle. Sorry for the typing mistakes, guys. I'm trying to touch type because my mic's right in front of my keyboard, so it's a little hard to see. But my particle pool is equal to new queue of particle system. And then for int I equals 0, I smaller than 25, I guess. I plus plus. This is where I'm going to be adding some stuff into the pool. We're going to need game object.instantiate, and it's going to be Ryojo's particle system prefab. How is this music over dramatic for what he's doing? Programming is a hard quest. It is a hard quest, man. And no matter how long you do it, there's always stuff you don't know how to do, which makes it kind of interesting. I'll just spawn these out in the middle of nowhere, I guess. And quaternion.identity. Boris, all of this is mostly gibberish to me. The only thing I understand is source level design, some basic 3D modeling, and texturing. Dude, I mean, honestly, if you do this for like a month, I'm not doing anything spectacular at all. If you work on this for like a month, you'll have it, man. It's not too bad. Bonus FPS and I are in the same boat. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys being here for the coding nonetheless. So we have our game object GM is equal to instantiate, and then we can gm.enqueue. This might not be the, my particle pool dot enqueue GM. This might not be the best way of doing this, but it'll work for right now. Particle system. So then we'll have a reference to that, and we only need to grab it once. Foamy. You can say that again. I've been programming for more than 10 years, and Jonathan Blow regularly makes me feel dumb. Oh, I know. And Jonathan Blow is so stupidly good at just doing the most arbitrarily complicated things, like net programming and stuff. I totally know what you mean. Okay, so that should give me about 25 in my pool. So then what I need to do, as this thing is flying, it needs to know that it needs to be taking things out of the pool. So I need a variable to tell it that it should be doing that, because I don't want it to be doing it all the time, do I? That wouldn't be very, very kind of me to my poor little processor. Public void, start flying. Whoa! All sorts of stuff going on over there. Dunk. Imagine using Unity. Imagine Unity used Python rather than C#. That would be so incredible. I like C# though. I think I like it more than Python, honestly. Sorry, just scrolling through chat here. Right. Anywho's, we can preemptively put in an update, which I, out of habit, I always get rid of whenever I start up a function. Probably isn't the best idea, because I use it most of the time. So we're just gonna have like a private is flying equals false, the basic stuff. If flying equals true. Okay. So, oh, Arma stuff. If you ever played Arma 2 Epoch server, then you played on, was probably using my mission system. Oh, that's so cool, man. How long have you been doing development? If is flying, so if it is flying, that's when it's going to start taking stuff from the pool and then putting back in the pool, etc., etc. So each one of these individual particle systems is going to need to know when it should not be used anymore. Over 10 years? Man, yeah, you're way ahead of me. I think I've only been doing game development professionally for like 5 most. Okay, right. So as this is going on, we are going to pop out something, play it. When it's done playing, pop back in. That's pretty simple. And we need to do it on a timer, which is the disappear time. That should be renamed to New Thang. That's a horrible name. No, do it right. Do it right, John. What are you doing? Okay, not New Thang. I'm starting to get to that, like, I'm getting tired and hungry sort of point where I'm just, like, not making good decisions at all. Time to next particle. How about that one? Makes sense to me. And private float. Timer for particles. That will work. And so time to next particle is equal to -1. That'll be in a null state. No. Timer, that one. So we'll put that in a null state when we start flying. Timer for particles is going to be equal to time to next particle. Dunk. Weird that the Blender game engine was made entirely using Python, but sadly has been canceled. Oh, was it canceled? I thought that was such a cool little project. I'm sad to hear that it didn't really go anywhere. Boris, currently I was working on yesterday was a Fern Stinger model for Maximum Action. Ooh, definitely link me when you've got that done, man. I love looking at MaxX mods. Makes for good streaming content too. Ryojo, it's Ryojo, not Reju. I have no idea where that's coming from, but I agree, man. I am right with you. Okay, so if it is flying, or rather, if timer for particles is larger than 0, this is my kind of hacky way of doing timers, but it does seem to work out pretty well. And timer for particles not equals -1. So -1 is just like my null state. So then timer for particles minus equals time dot delta time. And then if timer for particles is smaller than 0 and timer for particles not equals -1, this is the official like, oh, we should now do the timer thing right here. So that's going to be shooting out a new particle. So we'll have a function for that. Public void shoot out particle system. So it can go ahead and shoot that out right there. Boris, I did an SG 550 2 days ago. Swiss weapons must exist in games I play. That's amazing, man. I haven't seen that one yet. Dunk, have I checked out Blender 2.8 yet? 2.8 yet. I have not, Dunk. I am so sorry. I know that you told me I should do that like 2 weeks ago now, but I will, because I've been hearing even more people say how really, really cool it is. So definitely going to get to that one for sure. And then that can reset to the timer. Timer for particles is equal to time to next particle. And then what's really nice about this is if I don't want that timer to be running at all, I can just set it to -1 and it'll just kind of automatically cut itself off. So shoot out particle system should be pretty simple here. I just need to particle system, my system is equal to, for anyone that's just joining right now, we're doing like a little pool of particle systems to kind of create a shooting star effect. I'll show you guys here in just a second. My particle, my system, whoops, is equal to my particle pool dot dq, and then we can just my system dot play. Okay. Hey, Foamywop, good to see you back. Were you going and talking to your dog about barking loudly by any chance? Dunk, it has a much more clean workspace now than before. Looks modern, not something from 2009. That sounds really nice. Blender has really needed a face update for a little while now. So if it is flying, I don't think we really need that, honestly. Had to put my bearded dragon back in his cave. What's his name, by the way? Bubba. That's adorable. I love it, man. Okay, right. So we've got the particle systems. Now we just need to prefab the particle systems and get them to pick themselves back up into the queue. Which kind of makes me think I'm actually going to want a secondary class here for the particle system prefab itself. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And that is going to go on well, I guess here for right now. So I'll just call this shooting star system. I have an Aussie named Serendipity. Oh, that's really cool. I do not have any pets. There is a cat that kind of lives outside my apartment, and we're friends, but I wouldn't really consider him my pet, you know? I don't feed him at all. He fends for himself. Okay, shooting star system. Grab off that boy. So what this is going to be, this is actually going to be the thing that's holding a particle system reference. My part system. And the reason, and then we'll also be able to have it hold a reference to the shooting star itself, so it can clean itself up when it's done playing. That I kind of like. My parent system. I don't think I actually really need too much more than that. And so this is actually going to turn into shooting star systems. We still keep the reference to the particle system, so it kind of all works. So down here, .dq, dot my part system. Dunk. I have a pet dog, but he is almost 13 years old. Wow, he's getting up there. Foamy, my dog Wooby would rival Roxy in cutest chonkadonk. Roxy is a frickin' cute dog, though. That is so true. Does anybody follow Roxy the Chonker on Twitter? If not, you totally should. She's not even run by Dave, I don't think, but she's very funny. Okay, right. So that gets the particle system, that plays it. Actually, I am going to reference specifically the shooting star system here. So my system dot my part system dot play. Okay, yeah. And then also my system dot my parent system is equal to this. Okay, so it's got a reference to its parent. I follow Dave, so I see all the Roxy stuff. Yeah, he does retweet a lot of the Roxy the Chonker stuff. She like goes around and just posts the meanest stuff on everybody's posts. It's really very fun. Foamy, I guess now I have to follow you too. Such a weight. I'm sorry for the burden of having to follow me, man. If it makes it any better, sometimes I post memes. Rio Joe, if I make a shooting stars meme out of this game, should I put it in art in general, or dank memes? I think you should cross-post it over both. That would make the most sense. That is my quote-unquote professional opinion. Okay. All we need to do is have the particle system clean itself up. Is there a way to easily like access a hook for when a particle system is done playing? Hold on. Back to the code for a moment. Public void update. Real quick. My part system. No. My part system, please. I think you can get length from the particle system. Oh yeah, that'd be all I need. Duration, right? Oh, deprecated. Do we have a get duration? No. Like animation clips do. Yeah, for sure. Ryojo, I do have a real question about this game. Yes, tell me. Why is duration deprecated? What should I be using instead? I wonder if we can just try using duration for right now and figure out a better way of doing it later. So what we need, we're just going to need a public void start system, and that's going to enable us to set a timer. Public float my timer. my timer is equal to my part system dot duration. Boris, the master plan ideas are reserved for me. Don't confuse with the ideas from the devs. I will be sure to not do that, Boris, just for you. Ryojo, does it have horses? It does not currently. Should it have horses? That's my question back to you. So then we can, oh, and we can have a bool to say it is firing. Private bool is firing. And is firing equals true. And we'll have a public void end system. And that will be is firing equals false. And so if is firing, then we can decrement the timer. My timer minus equals time dot delta time. And if my timer is smaller than 0, then end system, and we can have a cleanup in there. Several good messages. When you run it, a warning should tell you of the new deprecation stuff. Excellence. Yeah, no, I'll definitely take a look into that. I'm sure we can figure that out real quick. Should definitely have horses. Should have a horse riding a Starlink satellite with an Apollo suit. That would be beautiful. Xfin, whoa! Wait, you just beat my high score for speedrun or for the endless mode? Myra, don't get started, John, on the horses, man. Yeah, that's a dangerous place. I've been there before. On endless mode? Congrats, man. What was my score before? I said it several years ago now, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, right. And then this is going to re-enqueue itself. My parent system dot enqueue dot particle system. Wait. What is that called? I made it private. Whoops. Just make it public. My particle pool. .enqueue this. So it'll clean itself up automatically. And transform.position is equal to vector 3 of somewhere off in the great distance, so we can't see it anymore. Xfin, my finger hurts. It was worth it. All the way out there. Boris, brony alert. Do you guys want to know a secret about David? He was totally a brony for a period of time. That is the man that developed Dusk. My brother was totally a brony for a long period of time. Not many people know that. He and his wife used to watch My Little Pony a lot. You should go get on Twitter and make sure that he knows how disappointed you are in him. Okay. So, cleans itself up, plays the systems. I think we are ready to link up the prefab and give this a go, actually, which is kind of fun. And I'll check out that deprecation warning, see what we got going on there. Transition back on over. What's kind of cool is if I just do some renaming and a little bit of work, this is actually something that could be reused, which is very, very fun.
By your favorite artists. It's the new music streaming app made by YouTube. Download YouTube Music today and get a trial of Music Premium on us. Restrictions apply.
Okay, so there's my particle system that we'll just use for testing. Let me make sure that that is what I expect it to be. It looks terrible, but yeah, we'll see. So that can go away because that's going to be instantiated automatically. That is going to get linked up there. Incorrect. That is going to get linked up there. Time to next particle is going to be like a second, I guess. And then my particle system, am I using that anymore? I kind of feel like I am not. And that might go away. Let's just delete it and see if I get an error. I do not. Let's see if I can delete that and not get an error. I don't. Excellent. We are good to go. Boris, I watched 3 seasons but wasn't committed to the brony thing. Yeah, I watched like a season or so back in the day. And I mean, it was a fun show. I can see why people really liked it. Boredom is dangerous. Lol. Ryojo, did you clip the thing about David being a Brody? I'm definitely going to send that to him. Foamy, modularizing components to be universal and reusable is the way. Yes! I totally agree, man. Okay, let's just play and see what happens. Oh, I'm not even going to be able to see this on my camera. Oh, since there's some people here that haven't seen this, this is what we were working on earlier, getting all these stars kind of linked up to do some cool stuff. And I think it is starting to take shape into something kind of neat. I am very, very excited. But yeah, that's what we were working on earlier today. But in terms of the particle system, well, we definitely have all the particle systems. That's something. And there's our shooting star, and it doesn't seem to be instantiating them, and it's probably because I never told it that it's flying anywhere. Let's get through that real quick. So start flying, and let's also put it in a place where I'm actually going to be able to see it through the normal camera. Zero that sucker out. I think I should be visible about there. Oh yeah, let's give this a go. Man, I'm still not seeing it play. What have I done wrong, I wonder? Oh, wait, I've got an error down here. What? Oh, what an idiot. I never assigned, in the prefab, I never assigned this particle system. Hold on. That needs to go down there. My parent system will be assigned automatically, and my timer will be assigned automatically. I think we are good to rumble. Let's give this another go. Still not seeing it here. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not working. It just might not be doing what I expect it to. Yeah, still not seeing them, and I think all of these are still out in the distance somewhere. Are they not? They are, but I do see that some of them do have like the parent assigned, which means that the system is running through them. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't reset their position to 0. Hold on, Mo. I know what's going on here. Hold on. Right here, when it takes a new particle system off the stack, over here, shoot up particle system down here. Yeah, see, it's not setting it to its local position. So my system dot transform dot position is equal to transform dot position. That should work. Let's give that another go, shall we? Hey, it's actually doing a thing. That actually kind of looks cool, even though it's not at all what it needs to be. It's just neat, you know? Ryojo, I like how we've been doing this stream for 4 hours and there's still only one platform to be on. Visual elements are so hard for me, man, because I'm not really much of a visual designer. But yeah, we'll get there. Foamy, make sure to disable the prefab when adding to the pool and set play on awake to false. Then if you put a script on the particle prefab with on enable and have the on enable play, I'm falling off. the particle to the end of the duration, then disable the prefab and add it back to the available pool. Gotcha. Just to make sure that it's not like playing out in the distance somewhere and using up like extra processing power that it doesn't need to. Is kind of what you're thinking. Gonna get some food. I'll be back. Aight. Tell me about what food you get when you're back, man. That said, though, this is looping infinitely and reusing all the particle systems and stuff. So I do believe that the system is functioning as intended, which is really nice. Well, you don't want the particle playing what is it is instantiated into the pool, so you make sure it doesn't play on awake. Gotcha. Understood. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Oh, and we are getting some queue is empty errors down there, which means maybe our pool is not large enough, or they're not getting added back in correctly. So I'll take a look at that real quick too. Pre-warm, start rotation, play on awake, off. Excellence. Let's take a look at whether those guys are not getting added back into the pool correctly. Oh, wow, that's actually helped quite a bit. Yeah, it looks like they're looping. Oh, of course they're looping, because it's on loop. What an idiot. Oh, and where's my deprecation message? Let's take a look at that. Oh, I don't have one. How interesting. Portal 2 OST would fit in right now with all this mass testing. Okay, yeah, let's turn off the looping on these guys. Where did they go? They are in here. No looping. Duration is like 7.5 seconds. Okay. Let's give that a go. But I think what's happening here, you can kind of see it. So the first one starts up, and then it seems to not. I mean, like there seems to be like additive particle stuff going on here. Do you kind of see it? Where there's more particles than expected. Let's take a look and see how many systems we actually have here right now. It's a lot of them. More than there should be, I believe. Yeah, so they're not looping though. So what are they doing? Why are they still there and why are they still playing is the question. Oh, wait a minute. I might know what's going on there. I might have coded this funkily. To get a star type effect, you can set holder positions that the particles attach to and set rotation to point outward from each location so it can fire outward from any preset position. Very cool. Thanks for the tip. I will look into that. So the star system itself is firing equals false. Oh, that's what I thought might be happening. Never mind. Let's real quick do a log to see what my timer is equal to, and whether this system is getting reset time and time and time and time again, because that's not going to be good if so. Go ahead and play that sucker. So what do we have down in our console? No messages at all. Now that is interesting. Is my system never getting started then? Yeah, I never start the system. Well, that will be part of the problem, won't it? My system dot, and also that should be playing itself. My system dot start system. I believe that's what I need. And inside of start system. Hey, X-Men, back in business. What'd you eat, man? So start system should come in here, and that's going to my part system.play. Okay, let's try that now. Rest of the pizza. Excellent. The more pizza, the better. It still seems to be having the same issue. I could swear. And I still think I'm not getting anything in my console, am I? Oh, no, I am now. And it is the correct time. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, dang. What have I done? Oh, yeah, that's something else. Never mind. I thought that was a particle system. They're like, holy crap, I messed it up. Okay, no. We're good. So we are getting like my timer smaller than 0 sort of particle systems, which should relate to, oh, and they are off in the nether somewhere. And so all of these guys are active, huh? Indeed, all of them are indeed active. Okay, I think I'm maybe just jumping the gun here. I think it is working as it is supposed to. I think I just don't have my values set correctly. Foamy, what I would do, fill pool, disable objects in pool, got that. Move pool objects to safe spot, got that. And then have the on-enable grab a random holder position from an array of locations, move the particle to that position, make it a child of the holder, then fire the particle to duration, and then disable the particle, move to safe location. I think I've pretty much got that loop working, as you're saying, if I am not mistaken, just without a little bit of the randomization stuff. But I think I can prove that if I go ahead in here and have it fire like, oh, no. If I just adjust a little thing, and that little thing should tell us everything that we need to know. So if I do 7.5, that should be as long as each system plays. So there should theoretically only be one system playing at a time. And I guess it doesn't pre-fire the first one. I will have to change that. But there's one system, and there is, I think, oh, and then there it goes away, and now it's firing again. Okay, so it is working as intended. The particle system just looks like absolute crap, is what's going on here. But that can be adjusted. So the system seems to be working fine. Let me think. I'm going to come back to that in a little while, because I think I'm going to just like play with the particle system to get an effect that I like on my own time. It's just like one of those things that I want to have the volition to be able to just fool around with and make mistakes with, without having to worry about it. So I will be coming back to that though. But I think the system was a really good idea, Foamy Bob. Thanks for the pro tip there. Until then, one thing I did really want to do, this platform just looks so bad. And I do really want to switch this out. I'll be falling now for something that looks a lot better. And I think I have an idea. Are you guys familiar with real-time CSG by any chance? Anybody that does Unity development? Because like I like how all of this is starting to come together. Obviously, you know, like that needs more bloom, like, you know, stuff needs to be adjusted and things. But I feel like I need a set of platforms that really complements that well, and I think I have an idea for what I want to do with it. So I want to, before I'm done today, I want to have at least a scratch version of what I'm thinking of for that, and I think I'd like to start that right now. So let's go ahead and do that. If you guys have never used real-time CSG before, I cannot recommend it enough, by the way. It is still very buggy because it's still in development, but the workflow is incredibly slick, and it definitely worth fighting through the bugs for. So I am going to do like a little, let's just say, starting platform. So the way this works, let me show you guys. It's almost like voodoo magic. It is so incredibly cool. So what we're gonna do, real-time CSG, that's what all of this stuff up here is all about. I'll just kind of show you guys what it can do, and then I'll actually start making the model. But if I was to draw out like a little box or something, and make that into a model. So, you know, it's kind of like other tools in that sense, where you can just kind of draw stuff and create meshes out of it and things like that. But what sets this one apart is it's all about Boolean operations. So if I was to draw another shape then and extrude that out, I can have it be an additive shape, or I can have it be a subtractive shape, and this is where things get really cool. And the cool thing is it's still completely dynamic. Like, I can move this guy around and you see that it's like just doing a simple mesh Boolean operation on that cube. And so we can do all sorts of cool stuff with this, but it's got some other really nice tools which are actually a little bit more useful for what I'm doing particularly. And I believe I am going to start taking use of them. Yeah, isn't that really cool, Boris? I really like the tool. I've only started using it in the past like maybe month or so. David actually recommended it to me, and I have been very happy with it so far, outside of the bugs. But he's working on it. FoamyBot, I use my levels, I make my levels in hand with Blender. That was my other option for sure. Foamy seems super handy for making retro levels. Well, it's a tool that's meant to like make it so that you can place down your geometry and then go in with detailing with like actual modeling tools. It's kind of the idea. It's like Pro Builder in that sense. So I don't think it's really meant to like make your entire game in, but definitely meant for like making the basic geometry stuff. But yeah, I am definitely a big fan. But what I would like to do, I had this kind of idea of where Rubber Ducky could start in the space world. And I want
Music
to...
Premium, you can explore the world
Do
of
I
music
hear an
without any
ad?
extras. Official albums.
Oh, go away. I want some music, please. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is create myself a cylinder coming out roughly maybe like this much. Bring that out a little bit. I kind of want to do like a weird mixture of Rainbow Road and like those platforms from Marvin the Martian and Looney Tunes. I know that sounds a little confusing, but I have a vision. We're gonna see if I can make it happen or not. And let's not overdo it on the geometry here, because this is not gonna be too terribly noticeable. But that should be about the size that I'm looking for, I believe. And we'll just, I mean, for right now, we'll just use whatever material is handy to us, but... Ryoja, when you shoot people in maximum action and there's no lag. Yeah, I know, for the first time, like, ever playing maximum action, there's no lag. Dude, the update that is coming out, I swear, I think it's going to be better. We've been doing a lot of work on optimization, and it is starting to pay off. Bortis, how well does it work with concave curves and spheres? In terms of the Boolean operations, it works perfectly. Like, I've never had a problem with those. And there is a built-in Bezier handle tool as well to be able to draw stuff. I have not tried doing Boolean operations with custom geometry, though. I don't really know how it handles that. So I make no promises. That might be a little bit big. Let's go with it for now. We can always scale it down. So what I was thinking, now we're going to make another one, and we're going to make it smaller, and we're going to try to do something like a rounded platform. You'll see in a second here. And we can actually make this as high as we want, because what this is going to do is it's going to cut through. Oh, did I make that bigger than the other one? That is not going to be helpful to what needs to happen here. Something like that, maybe. And we are going to have this guy cut right through. Wait, did I just do it again? No. This is about what I want. Yeah, we are good. This is where these booleans are really going to come in handy. Check this out. So I'm going to take this guy through, and we're just going to set that to subtract. And now I've got this cool little like circular path thing. This is very Marvin the Martian reminiscent, but going for that 23 GC at idle. Do it, man. Do it up. Man, that doesn't really come through almost at all over there. I might need to do some clever shading to kind of get that impression across. Well, actually, hold on. Once the game starts, the camera is going to go up, and I think you'll be able to see it better, if I'm not mistaken. Not too much better. Interesting. I wonder if it needs to be a little thinner so you can see it a little bit better. I'll think about that. Boris, now I want that for my hammer editor. There is only a very, very limited bool tool and only works with simple objects and mostly only on grid. Dude, yeah, I know, right? And this is a dynamic Boolean tool too, so you can just like take this wherever the heck you want, whenever the heck you want. Very, very cool stuff. Xfin, I'm so tired, but I don't want to sleep. I feel you, man. I am enjoying doing development. It's been a good dev day, so I just want to keep going and going and going. Foamy, I'm already there. I meant you guys with the optimizations. Oh, I know, right? We are getting there, though. Okay. So I believe I should be able to select, yeah, just make that a little bit thinner. I think that's going to come across a lot better, because I think if I start that up now, you'll be able to see right through that hole there pretty easily. And maybe you can't right at the moment, but I'm going to have like a platform coming off the top, and it's going to kind of like, you'll see, it's going to be really cool. Check this out. So what we're going to do is create yet another cylinder. Lots and lots and lots of rubber ducky cylinders. By the way, a little shill for you guys. I was told that I should set myself social media goals for Twitch, and I am 2 followers away from my goal. Right now for this Monday, which was a very, very hefty goal, and I'm really, really thankful that I'm even this close. But if anybody wants to... Oh, thanks, Foamy. I appreciate it, man. I never expect shills to work. I don't know how to feel. Thank you, though. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I was talking to the girl that I've been talking to for a little while now. And she said a very good way of trying to get your foot in the door in terms of doing anything is to set yourself some goals. So that's what she challenged me to do. My goal is 120 followers on Twitch is what I told her I would do. We need another cylinder. Thank you guys a lot, by the way, for everybody that's been supporting me over the past month or so. It's been a really, really crazy month for my dev stuff. Like no other, I would say, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be doing this. Boris, at least Source's 2S Hammer is more like a modeling program. Fair. You can even, as far as I know, convert your brushwork directly to a 3D model. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. Okay, so we're going to... I think this is a little bit too big, honestly. Is there a way that I can... I believe I can scale this down, can't I? Maybe not. Let's just make a new one. That's a little bit bigger than I want it to be. FoamyBot, no problem, man. Like I said, I gotta support fellow indie devs. I'm right there with you, dog. Especially ones that make the same genre. Yeah, I mean, might not look like it right now, but we are definitely in the same wheelhouse for sure. I was actually doing a whole bunch of Max X stuff today too. I just did it off stream, a bunch of optimization and things like that. I do honestly really like sticking around with other devs that are like doing similar projects too, though, because you get ideas from them, and you also can kind of share little development secrets and just get excited about each other's stuff, and it's just so much more fun than doing stuff by yourself, you know? All good things, all good things. So I think I want this to be kind of like up here. Granted, I am not retro. Still though, I mean, anything that has that sort of old schooly movement is really the big thing in my eyes, getting that feeling nice. Because once console shooters became a thing, which is not a bad thing, but once they did, movement in FPSs kind of stagnated itself and went to something that was a lot slower and a lot stiffer than it was before, like in the Quake and Doom and all of those sort of days. Okay, so I'm thinking kind of something like this could be kind of cool. And actually, now that I'm seeing this, it could even be kind of neat if this rotated a little bit. I know that there is a way to rotate these models, but I'm not sure how to do it. I'm pressing my normal... Oh! Whoa. Here we go. It could be kind of cool to have something like this, just for like a little bit better... better negative space, and then maybe bring that up so it's a little bit more like this. I like that. I think it's kind of cool. Let's see what it looks like when the camera's like positioned at a gameplay space. I think it'll work once you kind of consider the fact that you're going to be like moving around and stuff like that. I think it'll work okay. And these are not going to be just like blatant yellow at the moment. FoamyBot, my game is totally going after the feel of old Quake Unreal Tournament. Whoops, sorry for the clicks there. Dog, that is super exciting. I like to hear that for sure. I'm really excited to take a look, man. I'm going to be doing that as soon as I'm done streaming here. Okay, so we've got that, and then what I was kind of thinking as like the main motif of the platforms in space here is going to be kind of like these winding, almost candy-like strands that you're running along. I think it'll look really cool, and it adds a lot of motion and verticality, which is super exciting. So it kind of plays off of Rubber Ducky's sliding movement a lot. I think it's going to be really cool. I wonder how I'm going to do that so it doesn't really interfere with the models a lot. Let's experiment a little bit. This is one of those times I kind of wish that I had an easy way of just doing extrusion and stuff. Ah! No! Come back! Okay. Which there might be. I'm just not aware if there is. Let's talk about surfaces for a second. I wonder if that'll help me out. Kind of grab these guys. Can I just like grab surfacers and extrude? Ryojo, have you ever drop kicked a helicopter in maximum action? I have actually not, but I've been told several times that that exact thing is something I need to do, so I will do that. Foamy, imagine an old school FPS that looks like New Doom. Dude, that sounds so cool. I am so excited, man. I think that's going to be super neat. Maybe I can do it through edit, and just kind of auto extrude them or something. No, stop deselecting. Excellence. Okay. And I think for like, you know, the sake of making it. Oh, that's interesting. Auto commit extrusion. I wonder. No, that doesn't seem to be doing what I'm thinking it should. Excuse me. Boris, the only game dev I know more personally who lives in Germany, is working on a game called Jet Bros. That's a fun name. It's an 80s inspired 2D parkour shooter with long levels and hard gameplay levels. It's already on Steam Early Access, but currently his money is a little short. Oh yeah, that makes development really hard, man. Yo, could you drop a link to that too? I'd love to take a look, man. So I'm going to real quick do a little bit of Googling to see if I can extrude in real-time CSG. Real-time CSG extrude faces, because that would make this quite a bit easier if I can. Real-time CSG API. That's not quite what we need. No, that's documentation. Documentation might help. Convex. Yeah. Extrude. I'm not seeing anything immediately, but that does not mean that it doesn't exist. And I'm kind of thinking that it might have something to do with a tool panel somewhere that I do not have open. So let's maybe go ahead and explore a little bit. Foamybot, maybe add an Amiibo for that, for drop kicking the helicopter. I think that's a great idea. That sounds super fun. Dunk, sent what you can do with particle systems without coding. Ooh, in the creative chat? Excellent. Thank you very much. I will take a look at that. Ryojo, I just did something y'all are going to love. What did you do, man? I wonder if I can, like, hold a button and extrude. Can I hold space and extrude? Just a thought. Can I do it with individual faces, perhaps? Anybody got any ideas here that I might be able to do? I'm not seeing anything that immediately jumps out to me as, yes, here's the way to extrude a face. You know what I mean? I wonder if it's a generate thing. I mean, I know I can do it this way. Maybe I'll just do it this way for right now. No, I want this to extrude. Gosh darn it, I'm gonna figure it out. Ooh, what's this? Huh! Look at that. That's actually a super cool tool. But that is not what I need. Not at all. UV justify, that's good to remember. I think that this is pretty much just tools for UV mapping though, which is not what I need quite at the moment. I'm gonna search for this for just like a couple more minutes here. Let me see if there's another window up here that I'm not. Woo! You guys can't see this, but suddenly the real-time CSG window is covering literally my entire screen. Whoops. I'm sure there's a way to get this back on the screen toolbar. Oh, what have I done? This is not right. Can I close? There we go. Okay, excellent. Ryojo, I accidentally drop-kicked a rocket in real time. That's so sick, dude. Okay, you know what? For right now, I'm just going to ignore that and do the sketchy thing of just creating a new mesh right here on the edge. And I will get back to that in a little while. Oh, interesting. It's taking it off of the angle. Huh. It's kind of cool. Anyway, this is the angle that we need. Take it that way, and we can extend these edges and make that work, I believe. Excellent. Hey, it's Red. The ad is buffering. Oh no! Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. So we can kind of take this off and Unity 3D modeling is better than Maya modeling. Changed my mind. Dunk. I think I might agree with you on that. No, I like Maya a lot, actually. Maya's how I learned how to do like basic modeling stuff in, so it has a little soft spot in my heart. Hey, it's Red Live, in case you didn't hear it. Oh, yeah, there you are. Not too much, man. Just doing some work on space here. Here, let me show you, because I know you just came in. We've been working on like getting some visuals for space put together inside of Ducky here. And the cool thing is the stars do all sorts of fun stuff, which I'm super excited about. There's like a little test of a particle system that we're working on. Yeah, just some fun stuff going on, man. I'm enjoying it quite a bit, actually. I'm having a good time. Okay, so here is something that real-time CSG does that I think is super cool. So there's a free draw tool, and what you can do with this, I'll kind of try to like make a solid line, is you can adjust Bezier curves. Hold on. Let me... Why is it that you are not allowing me to grab my vertices? Dog. I need some vert grabbing going on. So if we do something like... Oh my gosh. No! Okay. Take a step back. Try it again. Real-time CSG, you are not putting on a very good performance for yourself right at the moment. Okay, here we go. Much better. So if I go ahead and fill this in and grab like one of these edges here, I can turn this into some Bezier handles. Just for the moment, I'm going to actually redo this, and for the moment, I'm going to turn off the background, just so I can see the Bezier handles a little bit more easily. Dunk, at least it isn't SketchUp. Yeah, right. Okay, turn that off for just a mo. Hey, it's Red Live. Wow, that's a lot. You mean a lot of background? Oh, wait. Oh, no, we're talking about Maya, but Maya's pointless unless you already have it. Oh, yeah, I know. It's so sad, especially because, like, as a student, it's, I mean, it's free for non-commercial uses, so you get to learn on it, and then it's, like, so much money. Understandable, but also incredibly sketchy business model. I hate subscription payment. I do, too. I'd rather just buy something and have it, you know? So go ahead and make that into broken. Yeah, it's going to do all sorts of funky stuff here. But what we can do now is we can break both of these sides. Oh, hey, Ace Red, thanks for the follow, man. You know what that is, dog? You just tipped me over to my follow goal that I set 2 weeks ago. So thank you very much, man. The support is very, very appreciated. So what we can do here. We can take that and we can create like a little curve coming off of there, and kind of smooth that out down here. And what we have, or should have, is a nice little line. You're one of the nicest streamers I've seen on here. Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Enjoy the follow, mate. I'll see you later. Yeah, I'll see you later too, dude. Hope you can catch up later. Catch up later. What am I saying? Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Hey, Ryojo. What's going on, dog? Okay, so we've got this, and I should be able to commit that now. That looks pretty dang ugly. Hopefully that's an actual mesh. Yes! Excellence. Okay, so we've got a mesh we can work with. And what's your thoughts on Maximum Action VR? We have talked about it, and we've kind of come to this conclusion where it would be really cool, but a little bit out of the scope right at the right at the moment. Do you guys really want VR? Because I mean, the more that people ask for it, I mean, the more chance that there is that it's going to happen. We just feel like there's not enough VR related call in general, and it might not be a good use of time when there's so much other stuff that we really need to work on in the game, like optimization, etc., etc., etc. So man, why can't I select all of these? Select, please. I don't know what's going on there. I kind of just want to, well, I guess it actually doesn't really matter right at the moment. What I kind of want to do is create like a band. I just realized this isn't even the curve that I really want for this platform. Oh golly, I don't think that was worth doing at all. Let's just deactivate that for a second. I think I've got a much better idea. Foamy, I feel like VR still has a bit to go before I would do a game in it personally. I kind of feel the same way. I think it's got so much potential, but that's kind of where it is right now. It's in the potential land, you know what I mean? I mean, it would be really fun to do a VR game. That being said, because VR is very cool. And with stuff like the Quest coming out, it's definitely becoming like more reasonable as like something that you could really do something unique in, if you know what I mean. But I don't know. We'll see. There's still that disconnect between the brain interpreting movement. That is so true. And I think that's going to stay for a little while yet. I don't think that we're even close to having the tech that we need to really get rid of that, all told. What I was thinking instead that this curve should do is to kind of bring out the cool little loop that we've got going on here. This should totally like go underneath, kind of like this. I think that would be really neat. And what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to create this as like a full flesh out thing, and then I'm going to do a boolean to make it into like a little ribbon. I think that's going to be the best way of doing this. So go ahead and do that, and now here's where we can excuse me, here's where we can really break that up. VR is way better than it was 10 or 20 years ago. That is so true. I mean, every time VR has kind of gotten like a cultural popularity resurgence, it's gotten better. So it is definitely on its way somewhere. but just maybe not quite yet. You know what I mean? Break that guy. That said, if you guys haven't had the chance to do like a proper VR test, like grab up a headset and have some fun with it, it is really highly recommended because it is a very cool thing. Why is this not doing what I want it to do? I think it's just, it is. I think it's just not showing it. So if we go ahead and no, gosh darn it, real-time CSG. Let's try that one again. 4 arms, 5 legs. Is that what you need to do for VR, Ryojo? Boris. It's not full VR, but it is like playing an SNES in comparison to a NASA supercomputer. Oh, you mean like, yeah, the VR back on the older consoles. Or Virtual Boy. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm kind of glad that one aired out, honestly. Because I was thinking I might kind of want to make that a little bit longer anyway. So you can kind of get a little bit of speed off the first curve and stuff. I think that would be really cool. Go ahead and bring that up. Why is there an extra vertex? I must have laid an extra vertex there. So maybe something like there. No, I swear it's laying an extra vertex, man. Ah! What am I doing wrong? Oh no. Okay. Let's give this another go, shall we? I think it thinks there's an extra vertex there, but there is not. I must be doing something that I am not expecting. Because it's definitely like pinning up there. I wonder if I was to deactivate that for the moment, if this would get a little bit easier. I haven't played Make-A-Ton Rainfall in VR. It is very, very difficult. What is that, Ryojo? I'm not sure I know. Dunk! You could make a rubber ducky port where the VR headset cam replaces the pancake mode camera and have like a third-person camera. Wouldn't that be really cute? I think that would be really nice, man. Okay, let's give this another run. Can I do something? I want it to come down like this. And then I also, since we're already doing it, kind of want it to come up like that. I don't know what this thing's problem is, and it's a little bit disheartening. I think what I'm going to try doing is I want to try doing a new model, and seeing if just having a new model will kind of let it do its own thing, you know? Look up Make-A-Ton Rainfall, basically VR Superman. Boris, my cat agrees stream, aka rub space against stream. Hello, cat. Wait, what's the name of the cat? Did you tell me? I can't remember now. Yeah, no, it's still going all over the place. Let's try something else. Let's try making it out here. Okay, so if I make it out here, I can just drag it in. Dunk, one of my favorite VR titles, is Lone Echo, though. Ooh, I haven't played that one either. There is quite a few that I have not gotten to do. Boris, Felix, and I didn't tell you. Okay, good. So I didn't forget it. That's always my fear. Okay, this is much better. So if I kind of create it off to the side, and then I think it's getting confused because there's other geometry right around there. Break that up. And so we can kind of do something like this and commit that. Okay, much, much, much easier, much better. We will be doing that from here on out, I believe. And so we're going to drag this guy on in. And that's about-ish where I wanted it, anyhoozle. So that works out okay by me. You can go to other galaxies. Dunk Shot, I mean, that does sound cool, though, but I've already tried No Man's Sky VR. How was it, Dunk? Legit question. Okay, cool. So this is going to kind of come down, and then it's going to come back up a little bit, is kind of my idea. So we're going to generate starting right over here. And let's have it come up to, I don't know, maybe like here or something. And go ahead and do the same thing. Break that guy. And now we've got a nice even curve, and that is going to function so nicely in with this movement system, I hope. So let's place that. That should be about right.
Watch football
And
live and cable-free.
if I go in
Favorite
here
networks.
into my
YouTube TV.
model
Try
and
it.
I put that on the ground, yeah, go ahead and change all the children, and I give that the no frick, which is no friction. In Megaton Rainfall, you can go like 8 trillion times the speed of light. That's super cool, man. Dunk. No Man's Sky VR is awesome as long as you get past the motion sickness part. I could imagine that would be a really big problem with flying a spaceship and junk. They made a cockpit view for each ship type too. Really? That's really neat. My reaction to leaving a planet for the first time was crazy. Dude, that does sound legit really cool. There's a lot to really love about No Man's Sky. Especially now that they've been updating and stuff. And that sounds like something really neat. Okay, so actually let's go ahead and see if I can just kind of run down this ramp here. Yeah, that works super nice. Oh, that is very satisfying to do. I like it. One thing that does kind of bother me though, oh yeah, that happens. Just ignore that. X-Fin smooth. Yeah, no, that is feeling just about how I was hoping it would. Especially considering like this is going to be your first introduction to the level and everything. I think that'll be super fun. So the idea is in space you'll kind of like probably slump down on this platform here, and then be able to go right onto that. I think I am liking that. Let's go ahead and turn on that background again real quick, so we can take a look at approximately what this would feel like. And of course, this is not at all a finalized color of what this would be. And this here is going to turn into like more of a ribbon, is kind of my idea. And unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to redo this ramp here, so that it, Myra, John, have you had dinner yet? Do you really want the answer to that? I don't think you do. I have not eaten. It's been a little while since I have eaten. In fact, probably like 7 hours. Dunk, 6 to 16 person team made No Man's Sky. Yeah, that's really, really crazy. And it honestly is an indie studio. Ryojo, I went to another galaxy, went to a sun system, went to a planet, and dug very deep into it. Just like a little critter. Yeah, I will probably need to break here pretty soon for dinner. But not quite yet. There are still a couple of little things I'd like to get accomplished. I want to first move these over. I want to get like just a basic idea of what this might look like. With like a ribbon-like feel to it. So what I was thinking might be an easy way of doing this. It's just that. And it's not going to be perfect because like I think it's going to be thicker at some parts if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. It's like it's pretty close. I don't know. I might need to be doing a lot of this in Blender, honestly. Or at least find a different workflow to making it work. But man, that is just satisfying and fun to do. I'm really liking that. Oh, interesting. If you're firing up and you try to jump, it pushes you back down. Huh. I mean, that makes sense. I just hadn't really thought about that. Very curious, very curious. Okay, last thing I want to do for right now is I want to see if I can apply a bloom effect to this thing here. Which I don't even know where to start with that, to be quite honest. Actually, I wonder, this is just a curiosity thing. I wonder if I was to do that, if it would apply it. Ryojo skate park time. No, it doesn't. And of course now it doesn't recognize it as ground, so kind of have a problem. Boris, can you use these brushes as a block-out and export it to Blender for continuation? That is a really excellent question. Looks like it. I mean, I'm seeing an FBX export, so I would guess that I can, which would be really, really cool. That might be a really good way of kind of getting a baseline and then going in and making the workflow, or making the actual modeling and stuff. Thanks for saying that, actually. That gives me quite a few ideas of what I can do with that. Let's see. Is there a way that I can apply... I want to see what this looks like when I actually run the thing. Generated meshes. And it's got a bunch of scripts on it. Very interesting. Very interesting. There's the render mesh right there. Okay, there we go. If I was to change this to background object, this guy right here, background element rather, theoretically that should bloom if it had the right material on it, which we should be able to find here. What's a material like meteor something? Meteor Tex 1, go! Is it blooming? Or, oh, it is! Ooh! Would you look at that? Hey, Raijo, I'm back again. Obviously not exactly this way, but what do you guys think about the general idea of having the platform be all bloomy? I think it could be super cool if it was done intelligently and correctly, you know? What do you guys think? We could even... Foamy, I dig it if done well, right? And I totally admit that what's happening right here is not like the way of doing it. Approval, it fits with the background. I think it could really work. I really do. I think that there's some potential to that, and I think it'll look really cool. By the way, you can push yourself up ramps with the tuba. If you guys hadn't seen that before, it's super fun. Only one way to find out.
YouTube Music Premium.
Yes, I think I am going to definitely proceed with this. I think I'm going to reevaluate my workflow for actually creating the ramps and the models and stuff. What if you don't give it shading? What are you thinking, Ryojo? Because I think I'm going to get like better quality looking stuff if I do like a mixture of real-time CSG and Blender for like the actual walking platforms. And this just kind of proves it to me, because I think if I had like a bunch of interweaving little things coming in and out that were all blooming different colors and stuff, I think that would look really cool. I think there's some really good potential to that. I'm just checking my graphics right now to see. I want to see what the FPS is like. I don't think the bloom is going to be too bad for the camera rendering stuff. I don't know. I want a solid color with bloom. I have an idea that is not so far off of that. Foamy, I'm assuming you know you can work the Blender file in Unity and just tab back and forth to have it update real time in game. I do know that, and honestly, that might be a better workflow. It really might. So I'm going to look into that. But I think I'm going to take the advice of the great Maida, and I'm going to give it a rest for the evening, and go get some food and kind of leave it in the back of my mind for a day or so. I might come back and work on this more tomorrow because I'm kind of feeling a little bit inspired, and really, really looking forward to the possibilities here. Foamy, maybe make the main platform non-bloom and do a highlight edge and bloom like that. That is potentially a really good idea. Like maybe some sort of like a light line going along the side or something like that could be really excellent. And I do believe that I can do that through texturing with the plugin that I'm using for doing that. So it would not be at all difficult to make that happen. You know, it's so weird. This whole thing actually looks way better in 3D than it does in 2D. Because in 2D it looks a little messy. In 3D it's like, oh yeah, I see what's going on there. Just a subtle edge. Yeah, and then, I mean, you can have sections of it that are going to be like full bloom like that to give differentiation in the environment. I'm really looking forward to this, though. I think that there's a lot that could be going on here. Excuse me. It's like the Enterprise. It does look a little bit like the Enterprise, doesn't it? Oh, you know what we need to do real quick? We need to see what this looks like while it's blooming from this camera angle. Let me see if I can make that happen real quick. So what did I do? A render mesh that turned into a background element. I put on that texture, and then we should be able to just move my camera around something like so. That actually looks really cool. Look at that. Let's see if we can get the whole start. Oh, that's going to be really hard to get that. Just listening to the R2 OST. Oh yeah, do it, man. You can turn on effects in scene view so you don't have to change the cam angle. Dog, I am so glad that you're here. Wait, effects in scene view, huh? Animated materials. This might not work though, because it is running through custom. Like a custom script on the camera, but it's worth trying. Ryojo, let me guess you don't know what R2 is. I haven't the foggiest. It might have to view through cam. I think it might, which is too bad. Nonetheless though, I mean, I like the view, even just like this. I think I want to get a nice screenshot so I can post it to Twitter real quick, of just like a, hey, here's some stuff that we did. Dunk level environment design with Plubberski tutorial. I don't think a single person wants that. I'm so bad at doing this stuff. I just kind of do what's like, oh, that would be neat. I don't like have any really big thought process to it or anything. But I really do enjoy doing it when it starts working and looking like something. That's when it's fun. So let's turn those off right now. And yeah. No, I've got an idea here. So then this outside one, we're going to turn this into a Meteor Text 1, and then this. Oh, did that not? That didn't do it. Hold on. All of these guys. Yeah, Meteor Text 1. Is this? Yeah, that is changing them. Oh, RDR2 is Red Dead Redemption. I gotcha, my good dude. I gotcha. Good stuff, man. I have not played Red Dead Redemption 2, as surprising as that might be. And then this inside one is going to be like... Oh, it's changing all of them. No! Oh, no, I think it's okay. I think we're okay. That's Meteor Text, and all of these guys. That won't matter, because those will be not viewable. Select all brush surfaces. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. No. Check it out. This is going to be really cool. And go ahead and select all brush surfaces again. And this is going to turn into that meteor texture. So now we've got two different textures for the platform and the encircling thing. And so when we then turn this into something that's going to be all bloomy and stuff, I think it's going to look really cool. I hope so. Both of these guys need to turn into background elements. And then because I want this to be like a little bit more of a of something for screenshot purposes, I'm going to kind of do that. And I'm going to get rid of that little particle system right there. Just get rid of that for a moment. And then we can kind of maximize this out. Ah, where did it go? My game scene has disappeared entirely. What did I do with it? General game. Okay, there it is. Okay, much better. Take that down to 16:9. I know you guys can't see this, but I can for the moment. I'm going to make a quick screenshot of it. Snipping tool. Snip that. Nice. And after 4 hours, I finally have something to post to Screenshot Saturday. Oh my gosh. I think it's cool though. I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. I think there's some cool stuff that's going to come out of this, and I'm really, really excited about it. Screen one, and I'm just going to do another one. And just kind of do it more with a border so you can see a little bit more what it looks like in actual game mode. I need to start doing that pretty soon, Screenshot Saturday. For the longest time, I haven't been doing it, and then suddenly I just kind of started being like, yeah, I want to get in on Screenshot Saturday. That sounds like fun. I don't know. I'd totally recommend it, though. I think it's a great way of sharing what you're working on. But all's that to say, guys, I think I'm going to cut the stream here. I'm going to go get some food. And yeah, let me do my shill though. Don't leave yet. I need to do my shill. If you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure to follow me on Twitter. If you aren't part of the Discord and want to be notified when I'm going to be doing streams and also be part of like a game developer community, feel free to check that out. It's super fun. Ryojo, you need to try my stud. I'll try it next time, Ryojo. I promise. I really will. Oh, FoamyBot, just scream buy my game. Game my buy, please! Seriously though, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for oh, Pleberisky, be sure to check out the thing I sent on Discord. Okay, let me take a look at that real quick. Where was that? Oh, excellent. Yes. I'm gonna take a look at this, and I will I'll get back to you with my findings on next stream. That looks super cool though. I'd like to investigate a lot more into like how to do stuff like that. Super cool stuff. But yeah, and did I miss any shills? Oh, I guess the other one, if I'm planning on trying to make game dev a full-time thing soon. If you have any want to help me do that, feel free to check out my Patreon. I don't like shilling it because I don't like asking people for money, but it's there if you guys want to support me. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. There's my shills, Twitter, whatever, Discord. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate all of you guys being here and helping me out while I'm doing development. Very fun stuff. See ya all sometime later here.